Welcome to the Conscious Publicist Podcast, a space where thoughts become ideas to advocate for a more conscious human experience in the media. Our thoughts and ideas inspire action, and the most notable leaders and organizations have transformed thoughts and ideas into global initiatives that have impacted the lives of millions. My name is Ashley Graham, and as a woman-owned business founder and publicist, I guide leaders, visionaries, and creators in discovering their conscious media voice and methodologies that inspire connection, community, and impact through aligned media channels. In this podcast, we'll dive into public relations, thought leadership, business, and entrepreneurship, all through the lens of being a conscious human being. I'll take you behind the scenes into the habits, thoughts, and modalities that have helped leaders shift past paradigms of limiting beliefs, comparison, and self-doubt to show up for themselves to become the subject matter experts they were called to be. Subscribe to the show on Apple or Spotify and join us on this journey of awakening the conscious, enlightened leader within you. In just 2 days, on March 8th, we are going to be celebrating International Women's Day. There is a certain kind of woman who looks at what doesn't exist yet and thinks, I'm going to be the one to build it. And every International Women's Day, I am dedicating this space to her. International Women's Day, I feel, is such an incredible holiday, not just around the empowerment that it brings, but it also celebrates the real, lived, and sometimes beautifully messy work of being a woman entrepreneur who is creating meaning alongside revenue and refusing to do it quietly. This year, I want to do an episode to introduce you to 8 founders from my community and network who are doing exactly that. From luxury handbags crafted by hand in Spain to leak-proof nursing bras born from postpartum frustration, each of these women saw a gap and chose to fill it, and they chose to fill it on their own terms. In this episode, I am going to share their names, a little bit about their businesses, and how you can connect with them to shop intentionally this year. Because the most powerful thing we can do for women in business is simple. Show up for them, pay for their services, and show them that the work that they are creating really is building the impact the way that we deserve. Before I spotlight the women-owned brands in this episode, I want to talk about what makes a women-owned brand worth supporting. Let's talk about why conscious consumers are increasingly seeking out women-owned businesses to support, not just on March 8th for International Women's Day or Women's History Month, but year-round. Research consistently shows that female entrepreneurs are underfunded, underleveraged, and underrepresented across virtually every industry. Women of color face these barriers at an even greater scale, with limiting access to capital and fewer pathways into traditional business ownership. And yet, women-led businesses outperform their counterparts in revenue growth, team culture, and product innovation. The gap isn't about talent. It's about access. The economic impact of closing that gap is staggering. When we choose to spend our dollars with women-owned businesses, we're doing more than shopping. We're redistributing economic power, and that ripple effect extends far beyond our own closets, our homes, and our daily rituals. Supporting women entrepreneurs means investing in stronger communities, more diverse leadership positions, and a world where the next generation of founders sees themselves reflected in the brands around them. These 8 founders are proof that when women build, the whole world benefits, and I am so excited to introduce you to them. There's something quietly revolutionary about a Black woman creating a luxury handbag brand that refuses to compromise on quality or accessibility. That's exactly what DESERI did when she pivoted from a career in education to build DESERI, a line of signature handbags handmade in Spain that are as elegant as they are functional. Each piece is crafted with artisanal care, designed to reflect the layered, dynamic life of a modern woman. DESERI isn't just selling bags. She's selling the belief that every woman deserves to carry something beautiful, something lasting, and something made with intention. What I love about DESERI is DESERI didn't just build a bag brand. She is building a legacy. As one of the Black entrepreneurs redefining what luxury looks like from the inside out, every handcrafted piece is a quiet declaration that Black women belong in luxury spaces, not as consumers of someone else's vision, but as the architects of their own. If you've ever felt like luxury wasn't made for you in mind, DESERI is here to change that narrative. I know firsthand just how luxurious and beautiful DESERI handbags are. So to get your very own, you can head over to DESERI.com. That's DESERI.com to get your very own luxury, beautiful handbag from DESERI. Now to spotlight our second woman-owned brand. Frustrated by the lack of clean, effective, and elevated options in the hand care space, Emily Willett founded HEIRÉE in August 2025 with one hero product, the cuticle pen. She formulates the products, prioritizing organic ingredients and high-performing botanicals with a focus on hormonal health, because what we put on our bodies matters just as much as what we put in them. HEIRÉE is what happens when a decade of brand building experience meets a personal problem that nobody else was solving well enough. What I love most about Emily right now is she is building her brand out loud. She's committed to posting every single day until HEIRÉE reaches $200 million, and she's inviting all of us to witness the journey. As a new mom, you can imagine that I only have very small pockets of time to focus on my self-care. So I have one of these cuticle pens in a ritual box that I keep next to my bed. I put on the cuticle oil, I'll slip them into some gloves, and when I wake up, my hands and my nails feel incredible. So to get one of your own, you can head over to HEIRÉE.com. That's HEIREE.com. Our next spotlighted brand is a fun twist on a classic sip. What happens when two sorority sisters, marketing minds, and best friends decide to stop building other people's brands and start building their own? You get Just Call Me Shirley, and the beverage industry hasn't been the same since. Sydney and Michaela, the founders of Just Call Me Shirley, met at university, launched a social media marketing agency together after graduating, and somewhere along the way realized that their skills deserved a playground entirely of their own. The beverage space became that playground, a place to experiment, innovate, and bring a fresh and fun spin to a classic favorite. Their story is a love letter to the power of female friendship and entrepreneurship, because when two people truly trust each other's vision, there's no limit to what they can create. Just Call Me Shirley is an original take on a Shirley Temple and comes in two different alcoholic versions as well as a non-alcoholic version. You can sip along with them by visiting drinkshirley.com. That's drink-shirley, SHIRLEY.com. If you're an avid listener here on the podcast, you'll know that I love tools for self-reflection. So this woman-owned brand is Journals for the Founder Who Doubts Herself. Lisa Simone Richards spent 2 decades as a publicist, helping women-led startups gain visibility and confidence in the marketplace. Somewhere along the way, she realized she was fighting the same invisible battle she'd watched so many of her clients fight, which was imposter syndrome. That realization became Pearl Spark Pages, a luxury stationery brand built on a beautifully simple premise that the way we talk to ourselves shapes everything. The flagship product, the Female Founders Journal, is designed to help women entrepreneurs move from self-doubt to bold self-belief, one page at a time. For any woman in business who has ever asked herself, "Who am I to do this?" Lisa's answer is pressed into every page of these journals, you are exactly who this was made for. To dive into the transformative work that is offered in these pages, you can explore Pearl Spark Pages at pearlsparkpages.com. Now, have you ever heard of a luxury ergonomic slipper for women? Now, before you just jump past the word slipper, let me stop you, because Danny Kagan and Mave and Chez are doing something genuinely innovative in a category most people overlook. Danny is a serial entrepreneur, podcast host, and mom of two who identified a real gap in the market. Women deserved a luxury ergonomic slipper that was as supportive as it was beautiful. The result is the world's first product of its kind, and the market agreed. Mave and Chez secured a deal on Dragon's Den, which is Canada's Shark Tank, earned a feature in Vogue, and is now carried in boutiques and luxury hotels across North America. But what I love most about Danny isn't the deal or the press, it's the mission underneath it all. Through her podcast, Raise It Up with Danny Kagan, she's building a community of women-led entrepreneurs centered on both leadership at the intersection of entrepreneurship and motherhood. She wants to help millions of women step confidently and pain-free into their days in every sense of the word. I have my very own pair of Mave and Chez slippers on the way, and I cannot wait to slip my feet into these slippers. I have been on the hunt for the perfect slipper, and I am so glad that not only do I get to wear a beautiful, comfortable pair of slippers, but I am supporting an incredible woman-owned brand doing amazing things. If you want your very own pair, you can head over to maveandchez.com. That's maveandchez.com. As for our next woman-owned brand, after 20 years in the agency world, Bianca made a decision that's both deeply personal and unmistakably necessary. She built Veganist, a conscious marketplace for brands that are good for you and good for the planet. As a 10-plus year vegan and lifelong vegetarian, Bianca has always made buying decisions with animal welfare and planetary impact at the center. Veganist is the physical manifestation of that value system, a curated space where conscious consumers can shop with confidence, knowing that the brands they're supporting shares their values. Bianca is also an investor in Plied, a vegan leather brand made from 80% fruit and vegetable waste, with a shoe line launching soon. She's not just building a marketplace, she's building an ecosystem. If you want to search for your next favorite brand, head on over to explore Veganist. You can visit Veganist at veganist.com. The next women-owned brand, I have to be transparent. This one hits close to home. As a new mom myself, I know exactly what Sarah was feeling when she looked down at her frumpy nursing bra, soaked through again, and thought, we deserve better than this. She built Lunnie, a company-led intimates brand creating leak-proof, beautifully designed nursing bras because postpartum bodies aren't something to hide, manage, or apologize for. They are something to dress with care, intentionality, and a little bit of beauty. Lunnie's patented leak-proof nursing bra is 6 times more absorbent than leading pads. Sarah bootstrapped the entire company through pitch competitions, earning over $150,000 in non-dilutive funding and taking home wins, including the 2024 Dayton Startup Week pitch competition and the 2021 Female Founder Collective pitch competition. She's a mom of 3 daughters, and she built this for them and for all of us. Talk about a powerhouse mother. If you want to shop Lunnie, you can shop Lunnie at lunnie.com. That's LUNNIE.com. Our last woman-owned brand to spotlight today is all about shoes that tell your story. Yvonne grew up in a conservative Asian environment where expressing oneself through clothing was often met with criticism. She found her workaround early, which was shoes. People could judge her outfit all they wanted, but her shoes were hers. They were her confidence, her armor, and her quiet rebellion. The origin story is now a full brand. Yvonne is a New York City-based designer and founder of her footwear label, creating fun, vibrant, and genuinely comfortable shoes that take women from day to night without asking them to choose between beauty and livability. After years of navigating the streets of New York City and struggling to find footwear that was both expressive and kind to her feet, she decided to design what didn't exist yet. Her capsule collection launched late last year, the results of years of learning the craft of shoemaking and refining her vision. What I love most about Yvonne is that she's building more than a shoe brand. She's building a community. Her monthly newsletter, In Her Shoes, spotlights women entrepreneurs and explores what it's really like to walk their paths, because Yvonne believes that behind every pair of shoes is a woman's story, including where she came from and where she's going. That belief is stitched into every single sole. You can shop Yvonne's label at YvonneLiaoNYC.com. That's YvonneLiaoNYC.com. Here is the thread that connects these women-owned businesses. Reading back through these 8 founders, I'm struck by something they all share. Not just that they're women building brands and businesses, but why they're doing it. Every single one of these female entrepreneurs saw a gap. Not just a market opportunity, but a real felt absence of something that should exist. For example, a bag made for the woman who deserves luxury. Organic ingredients in a cuticle pen that doesn't ask you to compromise. A slipper that honors the body you live in. A journal that talks back to your inner critic. Or a nursing bra that says you are not invisible. This is what I believe conscious entrepreneurship looks like. It starts with a wound, a frustration, or a need, and it transforms that raw material into something that serves others. The economic impact of that kind of building ripples outwards in ways we can't always measure, but we can always feel. On International Women's Day, Women's History Month, and every day after it, this is the kind of building I want to celebrate. And here's how you can support these founders beyond March 8th. Celebrating women-owned businesses to support shouldn't be a once-a-year conversation. Here are a few meaningful ways small business owners in your network benefit from your ongoing support. When you can, choose women-owned brands when you have the option and tell your friends about them. Also, a comment, share, or save on social media costs nothing and means everything to a small brand's algorithm. Next, if you have shopped them before, leave an honest product review, as they are one of the most powerful gifts you can give a founder. Then, if you loved their product, nothing beats a referral. Word of mouth remains the highest converting marketing tool in existence and is one of the reasons that inspired this conversation. And lastly, invest if you can. Whether it's buying a product or becoming an actual investor, put money behind the missions you believe in. I hope you enjoyed this very unique episode that I decided to host for International Women's Day. I found such immense joy being able to connect with these female founders and help bring awareness through our platform here on the podcast, but also in a roundup article that I wrote on my personal platform, simplyashleygraham.com. I am so fortunate that I get to be a part of amazing community platforms to get introduced to such incredible female founders. Some of the community groups that I'm in, I wanted to actually give a shout out to because I am incredibly grateful for their support and access to women doing amazing things. I want to shout out the 10th House, which is a part of Female Founders Collective. I also want to shout out Entreprenista, which I have been able to meet some incredible women through as well. And lastly, I want to shout out Ragdoll PR and Set PR in New York City, which are two PR agencies that introduced a few of these incredible women to this narrative piece today. And I am so grateful to be in connection with them, but also to learn about their amazing clients who are doing even more amazing work.